Hello. Today I'm going to try and fix me Thunderbolt 650 1970s real British bike. I'll show you around it in a minute. What happened was I was going along and there's smoke coming out of the headlight under the tank. It rolled to a stop. I pulled up in emergency and it was getting worse. I turned the ignition off and it carried on. I thought, how can this be? I realised I got the headlights on, which is a switch on the headlight, and it was still giving power to the headlight and obviously the wire that were melting. So I immediately turned that off. The smoke died off, the smelling. Luckily it never burst into flames, which I was happy and lucky about that. There's a front wiring loom and one at the back, and the front one is about £50 I think, which ain't bad. If I don't know what to do. I never touched a British bike. I played with lots of Japanese bikes. Anyway, here goes. Well, there she is in all her glory. I didn't do any of this work. Somebody else has made it look like that. There's not a lot of room in my shed because I've got obviously the new Gold Star stuck at the back, so it's a bit cramped. But basically I've just got to take this tank off. That rubber bung has a nut. You undo that. This tank pulls off because it's got really extra long fuel lines, so it just lifts up and puts on the seat. I think it's for when they're racing, it's easily removable. Oh, and there's a plate underneath with 2 bolts. I'll take that off, so we'll see what happens. Right, it's just a matter of lifting this tank. It's got petrol in it, so it just slots back. Well, there you go. It just sits on the seat. Oop. See if I get back a bit further. No, I think that's it. That'll have to do. Well, there it is. It's just sat on the seat for now. It's exposed the wires. This foam stuff was just on top, I suppose, to stop vibration. So I've took that off. Just put that there a minute. And I can quite clearly see now. I can get in. You can see the damage is down up to here, look. I'm hoping it's not affected these wires because that's the second loom. I don't think it has. I think that's just sticky stuff off that insulator. But it's definitely fried. Look at that brown wire. I don't even know what a brown wire it might brown, I assume live power, but then that goes up to the headlight. So I'm just going to take that screw out and see how fried it is behind there, because there's a lot of smoke coming out of there. Well, that's the first stage done. I'm just going to use this stubby screwdriver. Don't know, last time this was ever off. Oh, not marked my chrome, have I? Butch barrel. There we are, it's coming out easy enough anyway. In fact, I better put the camera down because I don't know if the headlight might fall out. Well, I've just took this screw out of there and it sounded like a nut fell through. So no doubt when I pull this off, this is the first time, I don't know what's going to happen in here. Stiff. Oh, there should be a nut in here and probably some burnt out wires. Oh, that's a nut. Where did that go? There you go. Well, that was lucky. That's a nut. And here, actually, that don't look that bad. Wow, how much smoke was coming out. That don't look bad. I'll zoom in for you. Right, so I've had a good look round, and I mean, that's the headlight. But that looks a bit of a mess. Well, that must be the earth. That must be the earth because it's going there. So this must be the light for the headlight here, and that must be the I-beam maybe. So the I-beam one's alright. Actually, that one looks alright. So that might have just happened touching another one. I think the main culprit is this one. It's this red wire. Looks red. Goes up to my amp meter and then obviously down through the wiring loom. So I assume that wire has melted anything gets touched, so it's something to do with this one that was touching the amp meter. Well, I think the first thing I'm going to do, this wire looks really tight. I mean, there's a cable tie here. So I'm just going to cut that, loosen it. Oh, there you go. Let's have a look. Oh, where's spare wires? Okay, there's spare wires here for something. Coming from the headstock. So I'm going, I mean, that's really melted there, look. You can see it all the way up. But I think it's just one wire. I'm suspecting it was that red one I see in. So I'm going to cut this, I think. Or I might just cut these wires off first. Totally disconnect it. That's tough. Tougher than I was expecting. Dear me, that is tough. Oh, it's coming now, let's see. What's that? Oh, it's like a black. What's that, an heat shield or something? Oh, maybe that's what protected my bike catching fire. Right, I just need to go up to there. There you go. Oh, here we go. There we are. Right. I can see something now. Okay. Are they burned? Oh yeah, they've... Oh, this is a mess. And that's like one big melted sausage. But it's stuck to these three wires that are doing nothing. I wonder if they're for indicators or something. I've got no indicators and no brake lights on this, so there's obviously a lot of wires. Good news is, look at them, they're in good nick. So I think I might just disconnect this red. Can't see if it's red or red and black. That bunch, and see if I can do something with that for now. See if I can get working. So I've tried to separate all these wires. There's 1, 2, 3 here doing nothing. This red one coming from there, I've got to investigate where all these are coming from, but that's well shot. They've all melted together, but I think, I'm not sure if I found a little problem. You can see in there, there's a brown wire, brown and blue, brown and blue. Goes into this bodgy junction thing. There's a wire going over there, and this one now that's totally melted. We'll see where that goes. That went up to my headlight. That looks like the culprit. That's the worst one. But it goes into that junction there, and there's bare wires showing. So I wonder if that was touching the frame, because that was really clamped tight. Or it's bent round that much that it's caused a bit of a fire. I don't know. I'm hoping that's just the only problem, was that little T-junction thing. I've moved the bike into this shed because I needed room for my other one. Obviously the tank's off. This is the mess, if you can see. Look at these wires. Burnt out, look. I think what's happened is that was the damage. That's touched the frame and arced somehow. And that looks like the main wire, probably going down to the battery. But this is the new one. I don't know if it's got bulb holders and that, so I assume it's them two bulbs up there, and I'm hoping all the wires look the same. Just looking at it quickly, they don't look the same, but I'm not bothered if I can bodge it into that. I mean, they're not proper connectors, are they? So I might have to get some bullet connectors, some white rubber, what clear rubber, let's look. Anyway, there's the job, and I'm going to see if I can fix it. This was the burnt out mess I took off. It was totally all stuck together. But the thing is, the new one I got this wiring diagram with it upside down. And none of these wires matched anything here, well, not many of them, so I had to kind of study that in detail. That's what took me so long to work out. But anyway, I followed it all and it all kind of worked well up to now. Well, a year later, August 2025, the electric's burnt out. August 2024, I've pieced this video together. Bit of a nightmare. I just couldn't be bothered to do it for a year because I've had another bike, and as you do, and I've just wired it best I can, insulated the wires best I can, and I put the battery on, and there's no hot wires, nothing melting, but the lighting was a bit iffy, so I've had to change a few wires over. It seems all right now. Ignitions I've turned on, and there's nothing happening, as in like anything untowards. So I'm going to get the key, put the tank back on. It's just on the seat at the moment. As you can see, they're looking better in there. All new wires. I've got some light on, so they're all better now. I mean, that was a mess. Oh, this is not used. The front brake light is somewhere. There's indicators. So that new loom I got, I didn't need too many wires. For some reason, the light switch was wired up wrong. I only went by what was there. I had to use, I've got like an owner's manual. I went through the whole diagram, rewired it, and it's all working. Let me just show you. Turn that light off. So the light switch here, yeah. Obviously you don't need the ignition on for the lights. This never happened before though. When I used to turn the light switch on, the amp meter was up. Oh, that never used to happen before. I don't know if something's wrong. That's low beam. That's high beam. It's working, right? Low beam, high beam. So I don't know what's with the amp meter. On. Okay. So that's all working. The side light's working, and the back one as well. So I'm happy with that. I mean, look at that now. That's a lot better. I've done all these, look, best I can. Tried to put this insulation tape on them all. I've just got to finish off these loose ones. I didn't want these not used, these indicators and rear brake light, I think. But this is the one that melted all the way through and caused the trouble. And that one, the main battery lead. I kind of know everything about this bike now, wiring my side. But it's done. So I'm going to put this tank back on. It's looking a bit grotty now. Look at that, after 1 year just sitting around. It was lovely and shiny when I parked it up. But I'll get it back to how it was. I've temporarily fitted the headlight because I want to check them wires don't get hot again. Tank's now back on. It's all looking in a poor state, sitting in my shed for a year. And that's it. She's all ready, apart from fixing everything down permanent. I'm going to have a go at kicking it up. I better take my Crocs off. Another problem with the bike, nobody put an inline fuse on the battery. So I've just done this like car one I got from the motor shop. It's only a 10 amp. I think in the manual it says 35 amp. I thought that was a bit high, but I'll see how we go with this 10 amp. It's not popped it yet, but I haven't kicked it up yet. Right, here goes. Let's kick it up. Right, first time in a year. Let's see. I'll pull clutch in. Try and loosen it all up a bit. Oh, yeah, that's got compression anyway, so to get this petrol on. There goes, ignition on. Oil lights on. Just bringing back memories. You get some compression. Oops. I forgot how much compression it's got. Oh. Not as strong as it used to be. Oh. It's alright, everything's safe. I fell off my block of wood on the side stand. I shouldn't stand on this stand, should I? Try again. Oh, golden rule, tickle it. British bikes, you forget what to do. Right, nothing coming through yet. Oh yeah, petrol. Try it again, full choke. There it past the compression. Oh, nothing, dead as a dodo. Right, try again. I should put it on a main stand. Try to put it on a main stand. There you go. Well, that might be safer. I suppose I should have got it out my shed first. That's better. Get some leverage now. Get past the compression. That's it. We've got its own goal still with that kickback. Oh yeah! One year ago! Incredible! Oh, amazing! Hey, British bikes, 1 year it's sat here in this exact spot. Burnt wires. I mean, there's not a drop of oil on the floor. And I've read all these stories you have to, I don't know, do this with the oil, do that with the oil pressure. And, yeah, if you're not using them for a long time. I mean, I'm a bit shocked that it actually works. I've got to insure it now because I didn't believe it would work. And then I'm going to insure it and I'm going to go out for a ride because it's very nostalgic. Brings back memories from my childhood when I used to see them in the 60s. Excellent. Well, this is the first time in a year it's seen the light. I managed to get it out the back shed and it moves alright, rolling alright. From the side stand. There you go. Not screwed this on yet because I just want to check the wires are not melted. Right, sitting nicely. Look at that. I've just got to start cleaning and polishing. If it works alright, that is. Clocks have gone a bit dusty inside. But apart from that, she's out. And looking nice. Right, now she's out in the light. Let's see if it starts as easy as it did when it's in the shed. Petrol on. Both taps. Tickle. Not forgot today. Oh, there she goes. Ignition on. There we go. Come on, baby. Oh, all these things on British bikes. Get past the. Oh, too much compression. That sounds nice. That one's dead shape. Well, first kick, still amazing me. There she is, ready to go. I don't know what goes off with these clocks. The speedo does that as well. I don't know, it's some kind of a... And there's the amps. Let me try and rev it. Does the amps go backwards, or have I got the wires on back to front? I don't know. Look at this. It's blowing my phone. That much pressure. Sounds cool. Hey, what a sight. Just gonna old little bit of makeup with the metal polish. I'm not going mad, as I don't. It's only getting a cat lick. Solvo. I mean, that round a year. Looking good. Only a little bit of dust. Not much. These casings, not bad. These are a bit grotty, I might have to get the hard brush on here. Oh, I don't want to do too much or else it'll show it up that much. I have to do it all. Look at that. Okay, might have to spend a bit more time tomorrow making a better job. But I'm just going to shine this off now, see what it comes up like. Got the headlight on properly. The tank bolted down. Underneath there's a plate under there. Somewhere there. That plate. But it's been in the shed that long, I can't find a nut and rubber for there. But I don't think it's going anywhere because the plate underneath's holding it, and it weighs a ton anyway. It's a massive tank, got fuel in it. Wow, just look at this coming up. Hey? Ah. Not going to need too much work, she ain't. Just wiping all the makeup off, see what a natural beauty looks like underneath. Look at that. I thought these casings would have gone a bit manky, sitting in a fairly damp shed for a year. But I'm happy with that. I've just wiped a little bit on this side till I spend a bit more time. It's only surface that. A little bit more time. This tank's it's really old and pitted, look. That will need a professional polish job to get that up, but overall when I've done it, it does come up fairly nice. I mean, to me, that is as good as it gets, as they say, or as I say. But to somebody else, they might be a bit anal about these pits. It gives the authenticity, doesn't it, of the bike? I mean, geez, the bike was 1970. What's that, 55 years old? It's sat in a shed, all broken and disheartened. I've got the wiring going. I'll get a liquor Solvo. And look at that. Looks $1 million, probably better than it looked in 1970. Well, I've messed around that much. It's raining. Can you believe that? So I don't think I'll be going out on it yet. Might be either later if the sun comes out or tomorrow. But if you notice, somebody's like coppered these. It goes musty, doesn't it? But you watch when I put some Solvo on. I mean, I'll put a bit here. Just look at this. Don't take much. Now there we go, let's have a look what she comes up like. Just a quick waft. Polishing your brasses, in it, on your mantelpiece in the 60s for your mum and dad. So you got a bit of a treat, a bit more pocket money if you did it. Probably a lot of people watching this don't even know, one, what your brasses on your mantelpiece is, and two, whatever's a mantelpiece. But look at that, 2 minutes. Hey, wow, amazing. all done. Apart from it raining now. Absolutely lovely. I found the bung and thing for the tank, so that's just capped it off nicely. I think the weather's moving. I can't, well, actually I can't see any breaks in the cloud. Never mind, I'll hang on it just in a couple of hours. I'll still go out even though the roads are a bit slippy. I trust these oldie looking style tyres, got loads of tread on them. And the brakes are good on this bike anyway. Well, it was last year. Well, she's all done, ready for a nip out on it. Bit better day today. So let's see how it goes. See if I can start her again. This is the next day, by the way. And I haven't touched it, just for the cameras. So we'll see how good it is. I'll try the side stand today. So a little bit of pressure. Oh, tickle. A bloody tickler, you forget. There she goes. Brilliant. Almost second kick. I'm not trying to push yet. Inside, pressing the brake. Hey, moving! Whoa! Right, nice. I'm going to get my helmet on. Beauty. Added an addition to the helmet. Well, I've locked my gate, so I'm going to get a test ride now, but she's looking nice in the sunshine. Look at this. Just look at that now, the sun's wow. You wouldn't believe it was lying there, dead for a year. That is absolute lovely. What a piece of history. Hey, and that's what I'm going to be seeing in a minute. Not going fast. Not them days, the 60s. Well, I went down the road and back, and it's missing a little bit. I think one of the plugs a bit fouled, but went all right. Went there, back. I stopped it at a junction and it kicked straight back up. So I'm going to get some petrol, but I forgot to put the mirrors on. So it's a bit lethal in the middle of the road. No indicators, no brake lights, no mirrors. So I've at least put some safety on. And they look better, don't they? They look better. Classy. At least I can see what's behind me now, especially if the police are following. Well, done about 6 miles, no problems. It's not missing now. Come to my favourite place. Still not getting paid to promote that place. But she's absolute dream. Front end felt a bit weird, but I did notice I mean a long time ago. This cap wasn't tightened up, and I didn't notice there's oil coming out this fork. I thought the fork was leaking, but that wasn't tight, so I think this fork end's a bit low. But I can look at these bits now. Now she's going. One thing, it's sat in my shed for a year, and I haven't changed the petrol. And what you've seen on the video was a year-old super unleaded petrol in it, and everyone said it gums up or it does anything, change the petrol. But if you watch more of the videos, I never do anything correctly, a bit of a bodger. And it just, as you've seen on the video, it started dead easy with a year-old petrol in it. And I've just done about 6 miles. Sorry, I did about 3 miles to the petrol station on the old fuel. And I've just filled it with new super unleaded, so it's all mixed together. It was missing the first mile, but I come back and I've put my mirrors on. I went home again, put my mirrors on, and then I went back out. It was all right, so I think it was just the plug was a bit fouled up. But it's running lovely, even with the old fuel and the new fuel. It was running lovely on the old fuel. Well, I thought I'd just say that about the fuel. And it's been here now for about 10 minutes. Done about 8 miles. Not one drop of oil on the floor. I'm amazed. Absolutely amazed. Nothing, look, bone dry. That's got to be quite rare for a British bike. That's quite neglected by me. I just want to talk about the bike a little bit. I've had it, I think, about 2 years. Apart from the last year I haven't used it. I used it all the year before. Can't actually film riding this bike today because I've just got my phone. And if you've watched all my old videos, I bodge things up with bits of string and tape me phone to my chest or my helmet, and I can't concentrate while I'm on that bike because it's not the safest bike like a modern bike is. You've got to have full concentration. But another thing about it, I used to worry that the brakes would be adequate, but I don't know if somebody's done things to this bike. Well, they obviously have, because they've changed it. It doesn't look like a normal Thunderbolt. Looks more like the Gold Star. But the front brakes are really, really sharp. They could even pass as a disc brake, and even the rear brake, I'm quite pleased at how sharp it is. And I can stop really easy. It's kind of most good speed. So for an really old bike, somebody's really tuned the brakes up to perfection. Really, you couldn't get any better, I don't think. Clutch is great, and throttle, it's really smooth, everything. The only thing I can fault is the forks, and that's my fault, because I think half of the left fork has only got half the oil in it, so it's a bit wallowy on one side than it is the other. Well, that was an experience. I've just left from my coffee and the heavens opened, absolute gallons of water. So it goes well in the rain. The brakes were still all right, it run perfect. I've got a little problem with the carburettor. I think the float or the needle sticking. I've had that for 2 years. So I think I need to buy a new needle and try that. It'll just randomly cut out. I thought it was electrical at first, but if I just tickle it and the petrol fills the carbs again, it starts immediately, so it can't be electrical. It's obviously fuel starvation. I'm bringing it in anyway. Now I'm absolutely sodden.